What's up, everybody? Big Cobb Diesel coming at you, and I wanted to do a quick video to talk about vests and outer carriers. Um, these have been the latest trend for a couple years now. A lot of agencies, both law enforcement and security companies, are going to outer carriers. And just like anything, it's a trend. How long will it be around? Who knows? Um, I even found out that even some corrections officers in some jails are actually wearing outer carriers, which, back in the day when I worked in the prison, the only time you wore any kind of body armor is if you were on a cell extraction team or if we were out doing something with ERT. But anyways, it is what it is. It's here. So I want to talk about outer carriers, especially as it relates to security guards. Now, the security industry is one of those industries that's loosely regulated. It differs from state to state, city to city, company to company. But one of the things I got to talk about is I hate when I see somebody who's wearing a bunch of crap that I know they don't know how to use, and I know that they're just putting on there just for the hell of it. I can look at somebody in 5 seconds in their uniform, in their gear, and this goes for police too. I can look at somebody and tell if they have trained with the stuff that they have on their body just by the placement of it, the setup, the whole nine. So that's just one of my pet peeves. So obviously when I'm out and about, I'm always looking at the security people. I check out cops too. Just to see, and in my mind, I'm thinking, this guy's gear is squared away. It's set up good. I can tell that the person is probably proficient with the gear that they have on, but at the same time, I can look at somebody and tell if they're not. So I want to talk about these guys that you see that have all this crap on their vests and stuff like that, like somebody in this picture. And we've all seen it. And a couple things you got to remember. Number one, what determines what kind of security uniform you're going to wear? Well, first of all, it's the client. The client is the one that's writing the checks. They're the ones that hired the company, and they are telling the owner of the company or whoever's writing the contract what they're looking for. Some accounts want you to just be plain clothes with a plain clothes assignment for whatever reason. Like for instance, when I do security for news crews, it's always plain clothes. There's nothing about my appearance that would let you know that I'm a security officer. No 511 pants, no 511 boots, none of that stuff. Just straight up plain clothes. And I've worked other assignments where they want you in what tends to be the uniform of the day these days, which is the black polo with the khakis, concealed carry. It depends on what the client wants. There are very few situations, and there's some out there, but there are some situations where the client is requesting a quote-unquote tactical loadout, a tactical look. I did work one of those details in a high crime area, both outside of the job, the site, and inside, which is why we were there. There were other regular security guards who were dressed in typical, the old school police style uniform, whose job was to control access to the facility and observe and report, and that was really it. Whereas my crew, we were brought in to handle terminations because they were terminating people at such a high rate of speed, and because of the location, and because of the clientele, with there having been issues prior to us getting there with staff members being assaulted. There was some activity between rival groups, if you will, all kinds of stuff. So they wanted to bring in a group of guys kitted out to express to the people that work there that they're not playing around, and it was a good detail. Those of us that were on that detail were all either current or former military and or law enforcement who had tactical team experience, so that You know, again, we weren't just in there just wearing outer carriers because it looked cool. There was a reason for it and all that. So I'm just going to show you my current setup here. Take my ID off of here. So as you can see, the word security is prominent. Number one reason is I don't want to get shot by the police. All right. So if something happens and we have to do any kind of an arrest or any kind of dealing with any kind of violent situation, where we're always going to call law enforcement to reinforce us. And that brings me to another quick point. I won't take too much time on it, but we had a really good relationship with that local police department. They knew who we were. They knew that we were all armed, certified, the whole nine. So we had a great relationship with them. They loved us being there because it cut down on the amount of calls that they were having to respond to there. And they knew that we were all trained and competent. So that really made, so if you can make that happen at your site, that's the way to go. But anyways, so I just have the bare minimum on here. You know, I got a tourniquet, I've got pepper gel, I've got the little badge that identifies me again for this particular company. I have a collapsible baton, and I have 2 spare magazines for my firearm. And that's it. And I got a little kind of a dump pouch, kind of a pocket here that I have a flashlight in, and I can drop my phone in there or whatever. And that's it, guys. This is all that needs to be on here, right? And I have a Go Ruck morale patch. If you don't know what that is, Google it. But anyways, that's all I need to be on here. I might clip a radio up here depending on what's going on, but that's it. I don't have a bunch of BS on there. I don't have anything on there that I'm not certified and trained in using. I mentioned the collapsible baton and pepper gel. I'm trained and certified in that. So, and as well as the tourniquet. So keep it simple, keep it professional. Remember, people are going to judge you based on your appearance. On the other end of the spectrum, if you're at a security job, and let's say that it's just a site and all they want you to wear is a polo shirt, okay, that's cool, but you should still look professional. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to places and seen guys that I didn't readily know were security people at first glance because they're wearing an oversized polo shirt. You know, it's 2 sizes too big, it's not tucked in, and it goes along with their pants that are 2 sizes too big, and they're wearing Air Jordans. And I mean, there's just really nothing that identifies them as a security. You have to kind of do a double take to see that this person's a security guard. I went into a Home Depot the other day, and the only reason I knew the guy was a security guy is because he was standing at the door. But when I was walking in, I kind of saw somebody out of the corner of my eye. I looked, and there was a dude hanging out on his phone, got his earbuds in and bobbing his head, and I'm like, so I didn't know if this was a store employee that was just hanging out. And then I saw that inside of he had a coat on that was unzipped. I saw, you know, the TY, which I assumed was the word security, that was half covered up. So, but let me know what you guys think. Did I miss anything, or was there anything I should have talked about on that? What are your thoughts on the appearance of security guards where you're at? Drop me some comments below, and you guys stay safe out there. Talk to you soon.